Hey, buddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Age of Wonders 4 Thrones of Blood. Now, where we left off, we were in the middle of a pair of wars. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to declare wars with major justification, so I am kind of hopeful that I can get peace with Eri Kiastir and maybe look to get some wars with major justifications. But I am kind of glad that we're at war with Megaira the Scalded so that we can charge up the fueled fires of war. Now, I think our main goal this episode is to kind of hold ranks and try to counterattack based on her invasion. We're waiting for her to cross this mountain range. She's being kind of slow and coy about it. But once she comes across to attack Duskfort, our goal is to counterattack and wipe her out. The secondary goal is also to build up our power level. We have sort of 3 pretty damn strong stacks, but they're made of mostly tier 1 and tier 2 units. And I would like to start getting some tier 3s as well if I could, although we're a little bit, it's not quite working for us just right now. And I'm going to be recruiting some Tyrant Guards because they actually take less upkeep. But yeah, there is also the temptation to take my Ruler stack and take it into the Abyss, as there are really good rewards up here. They can be very powerful, but I would need to feel safe from being attacked. So I'm not sure I'm quite ready to do that just yet. Because I think right now I need to have my ruler around to actually win the battle that will come from Megaira the Scalded when she sieges Duskfort. Now, before this guy leaves, I would like to level up my ruler. So I'm going to spend 300 gold to level up Stybor. So let's come in here and level him up. I'm going to grab Undying Warrior, so he grabs Resurgence, so he can never die anymore, as long as we win the battle that he was in. I'm going to take Tyrannica the Beacon out of his army, move him towards the Gloom, because I think I am going to go ahead and go for the Gloom. And I'm going to put a Necromancer in his stack to be able to revive the Bone Dragon, because we don't want to lose this unit. And we're going to use this stack to try and grab some resources from the Umbral Abyss. And I think we're at a level now where maybe we can defend ourselves, because it doesn't look like Megaira is going to be coming across. Now, Grimrise can annex another province. It's worth considering which kind of guild we want to get in our city. I do think that an Elder Vampire Governor scales pretty well off of food, but also mines. So mines are important. So we're thinking about like Stybor. Basically, we turn food into thralls. We also turn food into population. And we get extra food, draft, and knowledge from population because he is an Elder Vampire Governor. It's like the tooltip is being a little disagreeable here. We also like mines. So I'm thinking it might be good for us to go for a farming thing. One thing that might be worth checking actually is if we go to our tome library, and I am very tempted to grab the Tome of Torment, and this does have a Conduit special improvement, so it might be worth it for us to go for a Mage's Guild, as it's worth a ton of mana. Similarly, the Tome of the Blood, the Tier 4 Crimson Rain Tome, it doesn't come with a thing. What kind of guild do we want to build in Grimrise? I think a Farmer's Guild is a reasonable choice. Let me have a look. So the Farmer's Guild would give us plus 10 food per farm and a 30% food income boost, which would be very, very strong for getting the city to grow really big. The Mages Guild would give us an extra 10 mana per conduit and no other benefits. The Blacksmith would give us extra ranks on our units, and the Smith's Guild would give us draft and food as well as a bunch of extra ranks. Okay, so that's good. Then the Masonic Hall makes your city harder to conquer by giving it fortification and production. The Merchant's Guild gives you gold. Yeah, just gold per mine. And then the Scholars Guild gives you extra research. So that's a tough one. It's a really, really tough decision. We are struggling a little bit for mana. I'm trying to see if any of our abilities later on in the game is going to give us mana income. Well, Destined Conquerors will. I think because of our lack of mana income, I think with Grimrise, I am going to go for the Mages Guild. So I'm going to save up for that. But I really like the idea of going for the Farmers Guild. That's the thing. I really like this idea. Maybe I'll go for the Farmers Guild. Who knows? I have a call to war request. Ursel Blackrose is calling me to war against Megaira the Radiant. I'm going to decide later. And I'm going to see if I can get against Megaira the Radiant. Maybe I could get more grievances before I have to go to war. Let's grab this kill. Should be an easy enough kill on this scout. It's worth 10 mana right there. Perfect, because of the blood altar that I have. That is something to consider, that we do get mana from fighting. Anyway, many considerations are flowing through my mind. Let's have a look. Nykareth greets me. I think I'm just going to be chill with them. Question, do we want to try to clear this NPC Marauder stack? It is covering a prestigious statue. We do have a lot of Imperium. In theory, we could spend it to get more heroes. Let's see. Army's forced march. Governance cap. Road building is one of those necessary ones, so I will grab that. 25% chance of getting a unit when you win a battle. That's really, really good. And faster pillaging. I'm going to take the chance of getting a free unit in combat, because that's really going to help us win wars. Now, we are taking damage from the Gloom, but it's not a big deal. Let's fight this stack and see if the auto combat does play nice with us, and it does. We get a bunch of resources from winning. Let's step out of this terrain so we can heal a bit better. We got more Imperium. I have the money to build a Farmers Guild, but I don't have the Forester. But in 3 turns, the city would grow and I could get the Forester, which would boost this. So I will start building the Farmers Guild. And I'm going to continue. I'm going to keep getting Tyrant Guards, because they're actually pretty good at holding the line with their base 80 HP. They don't cost that much mana to upkeep. I think I can respond to this later. So, Trader of Talents has departed. I feel like I got good value out of that, getting a level up on my ruler. One thing that I'm really looking forward to is getting Dark Vigor in 2 turns, which will give us plus 10 HP regeneration on the world map. So, let's teleport in here. I do like the idea. I think this is a level up pickup. I think that's going to be the way that we go. There's also a shrine down here to regenerate. Yeah, this is a banner which will grant all units experience. Perfect. Part of me wants to bait the enemy into coming to fight me, because I get value from fighting battles. So I'm going to position my army on the border here, inside my domain, so I get domain advantages, but I am outside the city to where they can actually reach us. Blade Hollow built a workshop and is ready to grow. It would be good for us to build the Shadow Trade Quarter for the extra 10 gold per turn. So I'm going to get that up. I'm going to build a quarry as well. We do have some spells that we're ready to cast. Blood Drinking Blades would be really nice. It's going to basically torpedo our mana income though. Pretty much anything we cast will torpedo our mana income except for Reveler's Heart. So I'm going to hold on to my mana for now. So I don't think I can delay this any longer. I think I have to accept this. Even if she is the #1 scary person on the map, that's fine. So it looks like they're slowly pillaging my territory, which that's fine. If that's what they want to do. Tiana Greyblood, another leader. Probably going to get called into war with them too. All right, let's take these on. Good auto combat. Thank you. We met Tenebrious Nuir. Now we could vow to destroy them or make a sacrifice. I think I'm going to make a sacrifice of souls to them. I don't see a reason for us to fight them. Okay, so this is one of those Nexus zones that leads to a bunch of places, but that should have led to my leader getting a level up. We could get Unyielding, which would remove a negative status effect at the start of his turn, or we can start pumping up his melee damage by 20%. Would be nice to get Killing Momentum, but I think extra damage is very powerful for a unit with bonuses from kills. But I think going into the underground was worth it. Let's upgrade our town hall for the plus 10 gold income. Gold is pretty much everything for us right now. Trade proposal. Ursula Blackrose wants to share vision. That sounds like a good deal. That will actually let me feel a lot safer on my eastern flank. We could make a proper alliance with Ursula Blackrose. Too soon for this. Let's go with open borders. Okay, yeah, I can see what we're up against out here. I think my plan is to basically hold position until I'm going to cancel the Farmers Guild to get my money back, because I'm not going to boost it. And instead, I'll just keep producing military units while I produce merchandise in this city for a while. We need it. We need to produce merchandise to fuel our army. They're coming with a lot of stuff. I think I might have to get my hero back from the Abyss. I don't know if I can keep exploring here safely. Oh, a neutral stack. Well, that wasn't part of the plan. I don't know if we could win this fight in our current weakened state. Oh, this might be really bad. I didn't realize that I didn't know that they were going to come through here. I wasn't expecting Nemusgrad to come try to hunt us this way. I think I'm going to disband this guy so they can't catch us. And then I'm going to research Forced March so I can Forced March away from these nerds. They can only come to here. I should be able to Forced March around them and slip away. Megaira the Scalded lost her throne city, which is great. So while she's over here messing with me... Oh, shoot. If I was able to get over here and fight this army, I could actually wipe her out, because this is her... Oh, wait, she lost her throne city? So if I kill this, just kill her. I feel like I have to take this opportunity, even if it's like so incredibly risky that it could be a game over for us. Right, if we auto-combat it, that is her dead, I think. She has now been defeated. Yes! So I can spend money to gain Imperium. I can gain money. I can gain draft. Or I can gain alignment. I'll take the money. I need the money. That was huge. Wiping out her entire army, and now Bonfire lays like open for us to go grab. We actually just like pulled off a maneuver. Okay, Duskfort can annex another province. There is the sheep province here, so I'll build a forester there real quick. That'll get us extra food, keeping the city growing. One of my heroes is leveled up. This is Tyrannica the Beacon. I think I would like to make my way towards Claim Soul, so I'm going to grab Unstable Summons. So anything she summons now will get Decaying Dissolution, which deals 15 blight damage and afflicts 2 stacks of decaying. I do have some hero options. Let's see. Grim Wolves. We've got Hufflepuff the Charger, who's a Trollkin governor. I don't necessarily think I care about Trollkin. I already have a Death Knight. I would like some more like hero class diversity. It does make Foresters way better. Arcane Governor, Ritualist. I don't think we have a Ritualist yet. The Arcane Governor would be nice to get a bunch of mana. And the Scholarly Governor, I don't know if we have a Ranger yet. I'm going to take the Ritualist. So we're going to embrace this hero. Turn them into a minor vampire. Okay, so Isuf Grin the Mender is a Ritualist. So Ritualists can only equip magic orbs, magic staves, and eldritch relic weapons. I think I would prefer to go down this right side here, the healing side. So let's see, we could go for Rejuvenate, which is an AoE heal, or for Restore, which is a single target bigger heal. Now if we go down the Rejuvenate side, it can give stuff like Regeneration, Bolstered Defense. The nice thing about Regeneration is that it counters Poison Decaying. Polymorph versus Reincarnate. Restore gains Strengthened. Then we have Decompose to create Flora and heal. Enhanced Restoration, heal temporary hit points, bolstered resistance, support abilities grant status resistance, support abilities grant regeneration. I like the idea of going Rejuvenate, Regeneration, into bolstered defense, into Polymorph, into Regeneration, into Death Ward, into Rituals of Strength, and then kind of choosing our path from there. So let's start that pathway. We're going to go for Rejuvenate with Enhanced Rejuvenation, Hardening Support, and Polymorph. So definitely kind of focused on healing with this character. I'm going to grab Dark Vigor, so my armies will regenerate more health. Now, I don't know if that applies in the Umbral Abyss. I would like it to. It does not seem to. Handle war with her remaining cities. We're going to remain at war with them because we would like to actually conquer them. Ankaraz has been forced to bend the knee, so in the not too distant future we will be able to get a pact of loyalty with them. Dude, that Megaira the Scalded move we made was like inspired. It inspired me. Okay, so we zipped around behind these guys, then we're going to use Forced March to slip away to our territory. They should not be able to catch us, and we can get back inside our territory to get restored and all together. All right, let's bring this hero forward. We'll grab some units to fill his stack. Perfect. So he's got a few melee units plus a few ranged. This guy here has mostly melee. You're a mix as well. Let's pull these wounded guys back to rest up inside our territory. Grimrise is going to grab itself another forester. Let me rebuild that forester. I have a scout over here picking up a production stash. Very nice. We probably don't need to build merchandise now that Megaira the Scalded is dead. I think I'm going to go to tier 3 Stronghold. I think that's the play for us because it'll open up new unit recruitment options and provide us with an extra 10 gold per turn. Free City has declared war on me. That's fine. We are carving our way across the map. I'm very happy with the little maneuvers that we pulled off this last turn, like wiping Megaira the Scalded off the map with an auto resolve, losing only a single unit, and then slipping around a army stack inside the Umbral Abyss using Forced March to get the hell out of Dodge after picking up a level up on our ruler. Feels good, man. So let me pop up here. I want to make sure my ruler can get out of here. I would love to pick up this knowledge stash, but let's run back here. They will be suffering from exhausted for a turn, which is fine, but we'll sort that out as soon as we can. Right, let's get our heroes over and then defeat this stack guarding this. You are an elitist. Oh no, let me see. Is it efficient to even do this? Not really. Well, I think it is worth it for us to kill stuff. I don't want to lose a pursuer, but it is only a pursuer, and it was a low-level pursuer as well. Like, how much do I really care about that to fight this whole battle? I don't think it's worth it to fight the whole battle for a single pursuer. Not at this phase of the game. Like, we're pretty deep. There's Earthkin. I think it would be okay to cast Earthkin because it's only 150 mana, and it will make our faction just a little bit more resistant to damage. Blade Hollow is ready to annex. I'm going to grab a farm. A rivalry was declared on me. That's fine. I can create new bounties. I don't care about that. I've met another city-state and don't necessarily care about that either. The Toll of Seasons is spreading. Crockhold. I don't know where Crockhold is, but there's a Toll of Seasons, which is a little bit scary. I don't know if we're ready to take on Bonfire without my ruler stack. I need to get this dragon healed up. Well, the map just did something weird, man. It was spooky. It did like a flashing thing. We've got a lot of high tier units to fight if we put Bonfire under siege. I think I would like to do that, but I would like to do it with the ruler stack in tow. And not necessarily without. Plus, he's an imperialist, so he really likes to do that sort of stuff. Duskfort has leveled up. It would be great to get our library and our desecration chambers. I'm going to build a desecration chamber because it's really cheap. We can set our arcane research. We for sure want obsidian weapons so that we can have more opportunity to inflict bleed. I'm going to poke into the umbral nest here. Okay, we definitely want to go clear out this umbral nest if we can get a chance to. Advanced logistics will make it easier for us to move units around the map, which is nice. Scythedral has sent an army towards us, but it's not something we need to worry about. I don't know if we want to necessarily recruit from the Legis stack. We just don't have the money for that. I will start recruiting something in Grimrise. It would be nice to have a couple of warlocks. The Sundering Curse is actually really strong for singling out an enemy and getting them, like, obliterated. I think we will go for that. Something scary is happening on the map. Toll of Seasons. Okay, we do need to deal with this, actually. I might need to pull some units back. I was hoping that they would get bored and go away, but they didn't. Okay, Grimrise. I'm going to ask you to spend, like, a turn building merchandise to upgrade our cities. I should definitely build the Blood Altar, because it gives you 10 mana when you win a battle. So now I'd be getting 20 mana for every battle win. So let's do that. I definitely want a Blood Altar and Blade Hollow as well. But I would need to upgrade to the next Town Hall, which we will do. Trying to think about where and when. Part of the problem is my armies aren't big enough to split up into two right now with the force that's on the battlefield that we need to deal with. This hero stack is like really scary. I would need at least 2 armies, so I'll bring my heroes over to fight this with me. We met Tenebria Zavura. I won't do anything with them. I might even fight them. It's another dwelling in the abyss, I think. All right, let's cast Earthkin. It's not a particularly important spell for us, but it is a nice little boost of defense. All right, so I mean, I would love to expand over here. Now, we did talk about how like a Mage's Guild would really unlock a lot of potential for us. So I think I might grab a Conduit here. As much as I really want the Farmer's Guild because of all the extra food, this is worth now 30 mana. I feel like farmers would be really, really strong because it would give us a lot of population. I feel like mana would be really strong because it would give us a lot of mana. And I feel like mines would be really strong because it would give us gold and Imperium. I definitely want to build the Dark Forge, but I don't know if we're ready to build that. Death Magic is insane. So we're definitely going to take Death Magic because it gives you extra casting ability based on people dying in battle. So it is both a win more button and a comeback button, because if you're killing a lot of enemy units you can cast more spells, and if you're losing a lot of units you can cast more spells. So it helps you win, just generally speaking, win battles regardless of how they're going, which is very, 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 very powerful. Death Magic, yeah, gives you plus 10 combat casting points per unit death or kill in combat. So very, 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 very powerful. Now I would like to clear out this army stack, but I also would like to get a reasonable amount of experience from it using my heroes. I definitely want Tyrannica the Beacon to be in the fight, so I might take this guy and have 2 heroes in this army. Because if we get all of our heroes in the fight, we'll get like a broad spectrum of mana, or of experience from the fight, and hopefully we won't lose anything. Okay, we lost 2 Tyrant Guards. Those are pretty expensive units. So I think I'm going to fight this manually. And by having 3 heroes in the battle, gathering experience, my ruler will get an extra, I think it's 1 experience per So yeah, we need to kill these living fogs. Let's have a look at them. So they're a tier 4 mythic units. They have a lot of health, a lot of defense. They technically have shield wall and defense mode. They're a little bit more vulnerable to magic. This is a problematic unit for us. They're slippery, they have pass through, they avoid devouring fog. They call the void. They create a devouring void in a 1 hex radius. Oof, okay. And they do mind strike and unblockable damage. Yeesh. Now they're coming at me pretty aggressively, but I think I would like to try to bait the living fog into getting into a bad position by being on one of these 2 tiles. You just make sure I rotate my troops so they face towards the living fog. What's the range on this Call of the Void? It's a 2 tile range, so yeah, it's fine. Let's get you around here. Buff up this hero. Go into defense mode. I'm going to put you here. Defense mode. I could cast a Rejuvenate, but I want to save the removal of negative status effects for later. So we'll just chill. I'm going to position ourselves right here out of their range. Get a couple of Warlocks and Blood Cultists in position. Rush these zombies forward because they're very expendable. Vlad the Wolf. Go ahead and join the front line. I'll put some charging units. I'll get another Warlock over here. You do summon a Spider Matriarch. This is another expendable. We'll just send this way. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, this is what we were hoping for, that he would come forward and slap us. He did get Insanity on us, and the decaying zombies are already tanking for us, which is great. Perfect. Yeah, so he turned around and he slapped our own unit, which is a bit of a problem. Let's hit the Rejuvenate here to try and clean the Insanity off, or at least heal. Can we do a Sundering Curse here? Good chance of sundering his resistance and stuff. Perfect. That should make him take a lot more damage. I don't like that this Warlock is in this guy's zone of control. I'm going to pull him back to a safe distance and go into defense mode. Let's see, we could do Strength and Lifesteal. Yeah, let's go for the right... Well, let me check. What spells do I have? Baneful Curse. Let's do the Rite of Life Legion. We can do that 3 times. There we go. That will make these guys a little bit stronger. Bam, bam, bam. Boom, boom, boom. I'm doing big damage on him. He's decaying now. He's basically dead. The Blood Pact, we would be able to convert. Wait, hold on. How many blood parasites is it? 3 blood parasites. Give him big old blood parasite. So he's going to take serious damage at the end of his turn, and he can't heal. I think he's basically dead. Now, let's have a look here. So, rush zombie forward into melee. That makes sense to me. Rush other zombie forward into melee. Rush spider forward to cast net. Hopefully freezing / slowing these guys. Get you to rush around. Transfer life. Go ahead and transfer life on my dragon. We need to weaken this guy as much as we can. The Vampire Spider Matriarch can create a little melee striking dude here. Let's see, blood empowerment. I suppose if I were to do a draining... Oh, you can't. He doesn't have blood. Okay, a lot of these guys aren't drainable. So good to know. Can't be immune to bleeding. Let's do a blood empowerment on you. And then hit him with the Scarlet Plague. So now he has blood parasites on him. I'll step my dragon forward. Shabam. Do a little damage. Definitely to soften this guy up and ideally get rid of his crit. There's nowhere we can raise undead. That's fine. So we'll just take a shot at him. Getting a heal on the dragon. Could do a fire evocation. Would inflict burning. It's guaranteed to inflict burning as well as status vulnerability. You slip around. We'll get you forward. Boom. Immobilize him if you can. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Right, perfect. So our goal... Oof. Big damage. Damn. Okay. Well... We lost a unit, as was kind of ordained in the auto combat. Let's secure this kill to get the blood parasite, who will do some damage to this guy. You're immobilized, sadly. He's undead. Came back as a decaying zombie. Not ideal, but we are making use of our corpses. Lightning Bolt. There you go. You're immobilized. That's fine. Let's drop a Blood Parasite on this guy. Can we get the kill? Not quite. I might just drop a Weakening Curse on him to kill him so we can get another Blood Parasite unit. He survived somehow. Do you have Steadfast? You do have Steadfast. That's really annoying. The dragon can do big work here, but we don't want the counter attack. Well, he's immune to Berserk, so that helps. Okay, let's get a charge strike on this hero around the flank and then use our zombies and spiders to finish off the hero, hopefully destroying enemy morale. Boom, easily done. Then, what if I did the Rite of Life Leeching on the dragon? I'm trying to think, what is the best way to remove enemy stats? Well, we can soften them up with this guy. Lightning Bolt. Yes. Come on, I need the dragon to get this kill. Beautiful. Let's use Second Wind on my ruler. Get him up into position with the Mark of Tyranny. Boom, boom. They're weakened and decaying. Spider can't go anywhere. Let's try to break these things. Get me a flank. Pow. Beautiful. Almost dead. Now, I don't know, does this guy also have Steadfast? Yeah, he has Keeper's Mark, so we need to get him to 0. Oh, I don't want to do a breath attack. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get him to 0. Unless... Drain Familiar... Maybe we can. No, I don't think we triggered his Steadfast, which sucks. It's fine. Yeah, it looks like he triggered his own Steadfast from his Dying Breath, which means he can't damage this guy. So... let's step you back, retreat you to a safe distance. So we're not going to lose 2 Immortals, or we're not going to lose 2 Tyrant cards. We're going to lose 1. Let's get you up here with the Charge Strike. It's necessary. Can't quite reach with this Charge Strike, which sucks. Can't get a zombie up there. I could get my Ruler around, or at least Vlad the Wolf. Well, I can get both, actually. Bam. Bam. Beautiful. And then the kill. Perfect. We can't actually get this kill this turn because he is Steadfast. So we will just wait a turn. We should get himself killed. Beautiful. We nailed it. Okay, so a better outcome. I was hoping to lose no units, but losing only 1 Immortal instead of 2 is a lot better. We gained 19 souls, 51 gold, 150 research, 10 mana, and 3 bonus experience for Stybor when he already earned 3. It's because he siphons experience from your other vampires. Shielding Mail is a new item type. Let me check. You could wear that Shielding Mail. I may as well just put equipment on you. Now, I'm trying to think about what advances our cause the most. I think going and killing Bonfire advances our cause the most. So that's going to be where we head. I'll start moving my stacks over that direction. I need more income before I can expand my army. I don't think I have the income. I'm really tempted by the Farmers Guild in my capital. I know it's not maybe good, but it is what I want to do. Let's do it. Do it. I don't care. I do it because it feels right, not because it's strategically a good decision. All right, cool. So we captured Nisala Hop, who is a leader of Nemusgrad. So we will start like gaining allegiance here. Stybor Erebus has gained a level of renown. Perfect. So now mines give Imperium. Wunderbar. Wunderbar. The more I learn German, the more I think it's basically dwarfish. Because it's like the word for cash is just like gold. Geld, Bargeld, bars of gold. He captured a province. That's fine. I don't care about that. Okay, so now we can go take on Bonfire, grab the Reaper's Hollow. I might even take increased governance to be able to have a 4th city. I think that has potential strategic value for us. I've got 4 stacks coordinating together, and I think we'll need at least 3 to take on a city-state. Again, I can't afford to upkeep these spells if I were to cast them. Ursa Blackrose wants an alliance. I'm going to take that deal. It is nice to not have to kill 1 person on the map. Duskfort is ready for new improvements. The city is pretty unhappy. We did build the Blood Altar, which is great. We could build the Soul Well, which would help us with our mana issues, because it would give us souls per turn, which is always useful. But more importantly, it would give us mana for adjacent research posts or conduits. And if we put it here, that would be a lot. But we would lose some gold. I think I'd like to build the Mana Obelisk. An extra 15 mana would be so good. I'm just so hungry for mana. Eldritch Hunger. So, troublesome word from Blood Mistress Kalistash of Niwer. They want some Umbral Thralls, so I can declare war on them, I can make a sacrifice, or indulge them by declaring war. Honestly, I'm happy to cleanse the Umbral Abyss. It's not really something I'm worried about. Let's move our armies up now. I'm going to put the city under siege. Bonfire. We're going to get a lot of value out of fighting Bonfire, I feel, both in terms of experience, but in terms of material wealth. These guys are going to be strong as hell to deal with. Let's add some siege projects. They are going to have some ballista towers. Onagers are going to help. We could do a raiding party. I can't add a siege project because I don't have the Imperium. That's fine. We've got some ranged units, some range, some melee, some range. Okay, we've got a lot of enemy range, so I'm going to go ahead and choose to burn the battlements. But then again, these guys might be immune to burning. Are they? I can't remember. They're in a siege. They're Pyrekin, right? I have Draconic Fertility. They're Fate Touched. Can't remember. Anyway, I will burn the battlements. There's obsidian weapons. I would love to cast stuff like that. Skeleton reanimation. The ability to turn souls into military units. I do like that. Vampire necromancer is on my bingo card. I would have grabbed this turn. Now, I definitely want to build my libraries and my shrines. So I think I'm going to grab a quarry over here, even if it is painful to take Umbral Abyss terrain for the city's happiness. So let's grab the tavern to try to bring the happiness of the city back up a little bit. It's super low. Right now it's at minus 55 stability income. Partially because we have we have some Gloom, which is minus 10. Okay, they're sending more war parties. These guys are a pain in the ass, I will say that. Brutal Incursion. A wounded scout arrives at my court. The butcher is here. So we can search out Curse the bloody and kill him. We will seek him out. It's this guy here. We will probably kill him after this battle. We've got 25 turns to deal with him. Grimrise can annex another province. I'm trying to annex more up in this northerly direction. I would not mind building a mine here. It'd be fantastic. Beautiful. Duskfort can annex another province. I'm going to expand up this way as well. You know, if I grab a library, I could actually switch over to producing a storehouse to grow this city faster, which has a lot of value. Megaira the Radiant is actually ready to end our war. That would be cool. Fuck. My domain is being invaded over here. Hopefully they spend some time just pillaging before we can cross these mountain ranges and come back to deal with them. It's a lot of very, very strong and annoying units. So Megaira the Radiant has actually been defeated, which is amazing. Good job, ally. One more turn until this is stomped. They're attacking my Blood Altar, which makes me annoyed because I'm going to not get as much mana from fighting. And I am going to start pumping out more Immortals, I think. I think the big advantage of Immortals is that they can never die, just like heroes. All right, we got the Pact of Loyalty from Incursions, which is going to give us vision. We can build on their provinces. We get more from the Rally of Lieges, and they will fight us. They will fight with us if they're at war with certain things. We will get them the Pact of Vassalage in the not too distant future. I don't know. I don't think they give us any income yet, but someone we don't have to fight. We could, in theory, spend Imperium to annex them later. That's definitely something we want to consider. So Megaira the Radiant was banished to the Void. I'm going to take some of their gold because I don't mind being evil. Let's see. So Issof Grin the Mender, who's a ritualist, currently has the duelist trait, which is not very good for a ritualist. Can make him a dominator. Recruiter, raise combat units after. Was not bad. Defender, win a battle in friendly territory. I think I'll go with dominator. That makes sense. So we've got the Toll of Autumn. There's one more turn until Blade Hollow is attacked by some sort of mist. Well, didn't realize that was happening. Well, let's see if we can wipe out Bonfire now. So it's a risky battle. I could make it less risky by attacking this one unit stack here, which would lower the risk because we have to deal with 5 less units. Let's see what the auto combat gives us. So it is a victory, but I would lose my dragon and a bunch of units. So I don't want to lose my dragon, especially because it is a tier 4 unit that is exalted. So I'm going to retry to fight this siege myself. So their units are burning because they're on battlements that are on fire. And as far as I'm concerned, the middle is actually the weakest location because of this Spellbearer right here being the only unit there. So I'm going to rush forward with these zombies to try to get my enemies out of position. I'm not going to attack the right, but instead I'm going to collapse towards middle and left because the units on the left are a lot weaker, right? You can see tier 2, tier 1, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and a hero versus tier 4, tier 2, tier 4, tier 3, tier 2. So I think just pushing left here has a lot of advantages, and they don't have that much ranged over here either. So let's start by moving up on the left flank rather. Now I have a necromancer here. I can move pretty far forward. Let's stand on the caltrops, like so they can't just push out and be annoying. Let's move you to here. Perfect. And then we'll put you there. I'm going to strength boost this guy. Strengthened and hastened. We could do a polymorph. Instead, let's do a lightning bolt to see if we can get our enemies to engage by coming out. See if we can't get just like a little bit of, you know, getting them to come and fight us. I'm going to send my expendable units down mid. So my immortals and my zombies, whereas my more valuable ones are actually going to push left. But you actually can get a fire evocation on these guys. It's a good opening move. Do a little bit of damage to them. They'll be burning. Move my vampire spider matriarch to mid so that she can create a summon. Let's sprint with our hero. This has it's reusable after each kill. Beautiful. So we're sacrificing combat on the right to focus on the left. Let's see what they do in response. So they're moving up to buff each other on the right side here. They are attacking with seals of fire. Ooh, ghost fire on my immortals. And the ballistas are firing, doing chunks of damage. Okay, perfect. It's my turn now. You have Seal of Fire. You take 10 damage. If the unit dies while its effect explodes, dealing damage. I would like to get Vlad the Wolf healed. Let's get zombies surrounding these battle mages. We'll also throw a frozen web on them. Want to get kills with our expendables where possible. Charge strike on this. Create a little egg. Boom. Perfect. So we've got a huge bunch of expendable units here forming a distraction block. I would like to get a big ol' heal. Rejuvenate is the play, I think. So let me pull Isufgrin the Mender back to here. And then we'll drop a Rejuve for the healing. A Baneful Curse on these guys. Take away some of their buffs. Lower the amount of DPS they output. Do a Sundering Curse on the Ballista. Fire over here for a little bit of AoE damage. Beautiful. Let's also take this Onager. Could damage our own and get a kill. I think we want to make sure we kill this. This is important. If you stay here, you will die. So I'm thinking I'm going to pull you back to heal. I'm going to move my dragon to here in defense mode. And I just need to be careful not to leave any of my units in a vulnerable spot behind them. Boom. Blast. We are pushing left. Okay, mission accomplished. Now you have Transfer Life as an ability. We pull you back. I need to pull you back further. And then you'll stand here to provide defense mode warding. Put you in defense mode. What do we have in terms of movement that we can do? Defense mode. Defense mode. Archers, we could advance. Or we could pivot to the right here to take this out. They don't have much in the way of counter. Let's hit this guy with Blood Parasite because he's a kind of a scary unit in his positioning. I'll move my archer forward because we need to kill this. Just going to play it safe. We have all of our expendables in there doing stuff. Casting counter. There we go. Oof. Damn, okay. That guy did like some crazy maneuver. All right, you get this kill. I can get my zombie over here to finish this. So we've effectively split the enemy army in half. I'm going to pull you back because you're hurt. Put you in defense mode. Now my ruler, I can get him over here. Let's do a Baneful Curse on these guys. Get the spider up, nibble, charge strike, boom. Get up here and nibble upon his soul. Let's keep blasting him. We want this guy to be decaying and dying. No point charge attacking. We will get access to this next turn. We could do Undead Strength, but what I would like to do is to move over this way. Undead Strengthen the dragon. And then can we get this kill? 25% chance? Yes. Start softening up this ballista tower. See, do we have any corpses? We have corpses over here that we can raise undead on. We can lightning blast. We have some blood parasites. Nibble upon him. Thank you. Is he in polymorph range? No, but we should save that for next turn. The good thing is if he hits, he will heal my blood parasite. He's not in range for fire evoke, but he can provide AoE healing. Next turn's going to be devastating on our opponent is the hope. Beautiful. So we still have our expendables up here in mid while we're focused all of our damage over here on the left. And like, yeah, sure, they're getting heals off, but like we're doing a defeat in detail. We're fighting them off over here on the left, getting all the damage we need in, killing them off. And like we have a lot of summons that explode when they die, so even if they kill our summons, it's not a big deal. These units exist to distract. You can almost get that kill for me. All right. So definitely I want to bring the dragon into the fray. I'm going to get him up here and do a tail swipe. Bam. So he's destroyed some of the fortifications of our enemy. I would like a Scarlet Plague on you. I'm going to empower my hero and then run up and bite this guy. Chomp. Weakening Curse doesn't quite reach. We'll have another Rejuvenate in a turn. Let's see, can we turn him into an animal? So he's a weakened little animal, so hopefully we can kill this now. Let's think about this. Get up there. Get up there. Step forward twice. Shoot him. Beautiful. Give him the poke. Give him the charge strike. And then we just need to get a tiny bit of damage on him. Come on, Necromancer. Give me it. Beautiful. Fire strike. Boom. Now, our catapults should be ready to fire again. Can't keep softening up our enemies over here. Beautiful. And then you're ready to fire. You're ready to strike, damaging the enemy walls. So transfer a life to you to keep our allies healthy. 45% chance of a kill. Nice. Beautiful. Didn't quite get the kill, but it was close. Hemorrhaging the enemy. We're close to getting them. All right, who's still ready to act? You could do a lot of damage to this guy. My little expendable baby. You're in the back for healing. Look at this kill. Come on now. Boom. Blood Parasite. Yes. So they didn't get to do much. Current situation as it stands is 2 of my immortals have died, but nothing else of note, while I've killed a whole bunch of the enemy units. I can move my dragon over here to the left to get this kill. Perfect. He'll get an action point back. I'm going to move you behind this hero. Since my dragon got a kill, he got an action point back. Oh, you can't do the breath on that. That's fine. This enemy hero, I would like to put a Blood Plague on and kill so we can get more expendable units to throw at the enemy. Let's also hit him with a Sundering Curse. That should make him killable. 1, then he'll counterattack, and then 2. Perfect. Damn it. He had slip away. Maybe we can still get the kill. There we go. So we get another expendable unit. And over here, these guys have been like standing in fire, getting themselves killed, while I've been doing what I need to do over on the left side of the flank. And we've got so much casting points that we can keep dropping baleful curses on them to keep them weak. I also have some lovely blood maggots and zombies that I can use to get even more kills with expendables. I'm going to pull you up over here so that we can get a little bit of rejuvenation going. Drop the rejuve. Oh, you don't have the rejuvenation spell. Who has it? You do. Drop that nice rejuvenation. Beautiful. Transfer a bit of life for me. Can you also raise a corpse here? Excellent. Using all of our expendable capabilities. And now we're going to start making moves on the right side of the battlefield because we've basically cleared out the left. All we need to do is kill this thing up high. Okay, now the Cursed Tricksters have the Maddening Phantasm and the Tricky Escape, but we still want to get up into melee with them to force them to use those abilities if we can. Let's see, a Baleful Curse. Yeah, we definitely want to focus our Baleful Curses on the units with Fortune. But I think they do have a Scald. Yeah, that's providing a lot of Fortune and buffs and stuff. Now, you're a little bit hurt, so I'm going to keep you out of the fighting. But my expendables, and funnily enough, Stybor Erebus actually counts as an expendable because he has Resurgence. So he will always come back to life after a battle. Get my immortals to sprint over. You're immobilized. Okay, I would love to break the walls right here. Boom. So that's step 1 of the attack, step 2 of the attack. So now we can rush up this hill section straight into the enemy's ranks, which is what I wanted. Come on, 25% chance of getting that kill. Unlucky, but I am a gambling man. So now it's the process of moving up whatever we have left over to the right side. Need to make sure my Necromancer never strays too far from my dragon. You're a little bit too hurt to do anything, so I'm just going to have you defense mode. Try to stay safe. All right, let's go. All right, so they're doing their careful retreat thing, and they killed a zombie. Oh no! But their morale is starting to break. I am worried about Vlad the Wolf's health, so I'm wondering if I have any healing capability. You have transfer life. What's the range on this? 4. Let me get you to here. Put you there. We'll do a transfer life on him to keep him up. We want to get up into melee with these guys if we can. You are attacking uphill, which sucks. Can we do anything to support your uphill attack? Well, we could weaken and curse this guy. Sundering, rather. And then if we do a Blood Plague, he will create a unit after you kill it. Can we help even more? We could raise the undead nearby to get up and soften him. 1, 2, 3. Spider, can you get around? Come on, I need this kill really badly. All right, little blood maggot, go get him. Nice, another blood maggot for the swarm. Using all of these expendable summons to do, well, the damage tanking for us, basically. It's a very, 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 very effective strategy. All right, now I want to do another Baleful Curse because I want to lower their crit chance and weaken their counterattack. This is the phase of the battle where we could see some losses, some real losses, if they're smart and they concentrate their firepower in the right directions, but I don't think they're gonna. I think they're about to have a very bad day. Oh no, he managed to snipe that hero. Damn it. It's okay, we'll just have to spend some resources to recuperate him. I was hoping he wouldn't die, but he did. Okay, so we need to kill this in revenge. Rush forward. Rush forward. Let's do Blood Empowerment and then see if we can't get a nibble off on the Scald. Big nibble. I think this might actually bring the hero back. Yes! Okay, Raise Undead works on undead heroes. Huge. More Baneful Curse. Come on, get that kill. Perfect. Scald. This guy's fleeing, so we don't even need to worry about the Vow Keeper. We just need to deal with the Tricksters. Let's drop a Rejuvenate on my expendables here. Undead Strength on my leader. In the meantime, we're just pushing forward with our Battle Mages. Perfect. Yep, they're only killing my summons, which, again, we don't care if they kill our summons. They're expendable. So all I need to do here is to kill these 2 accursed Tricksters if I want to finish the fight. Let's get behind him, do a Draining Bite. Delicious Nibble, he's now fleeing. Charge Strike on this nerd. Polymorph him. Maybe we can kill him while polymorphed and finish the battle this turn. It's unlikely. Let's do a Rite of Bloodletting on my hero. Boom. Big AoE. Necromancer up. Come on, you gotta give me that. Yes, okay. Come on. Yes. Okay, this guy's basically dead. We just need to hit any damage. Come on. Give me any damage on him. Yes! The enemy is fleeing the field. We claim victory. So that's what you call manipulating the game. To lose 0 units. In a battle, you were losing a lot of units. We got 48 skulls, 96 gold, 150 research, 10 mana, 3 bonus experience on our ruler. And we can raise an absolutely disgusting number of units. Now, the problem is, I believe Skeleton Militia take mana upkeep. Here, I'll recruit one just for the sake of it. We got a Lightning Halberd. That's incredible. We'll make use of that later. So if we look, Skeleton Militia. Yeah, so skeletons take mana upkeep, which is big no-no for us, so we're going to delete that. Now, we still do have 1 army stack left of the enemy, but this should be a very, very simple auto combat. I hope. Come on, no losses. All right, I'm going to fight this battle in the next episode because I don't want to lose my big old spider. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.